YouTube. Don't know if you can see, but this right here is my little baby. I have decided to make a YouTube video. I don't know what I'll call it yet, but maybe we can call it the bulking series or something like that, because I have officially entered my bulk. Okay, so for people who actually technically nobody knows, because I have not actually said this on social media, but I've been working with a coach, like an online coach, since November. So I wanted to talk a lot about this particular topic because I have never worked with a one-to-one coach before, and I wanted to do it for a lot of different reasons. I've been thinking about it since like last year, right? But the idea of like working with a coach means it's a commitment, right? And with every commitment you have to give it your all, or like that's how I view commitment, right? Like a relationship, like you want to commit to a person, you give that person your all. That's just how I see it, right? So I was not in the capacity to give it my all, just because I think work was quite busy. I didn't really have that much free time, and I was just not ready to commit. So I didn't want to waste the money. I knew that it was something that I wanted to do because, number one, I believe, because I am also a coach, every coach needs a coach at one point of time in their life. Okay, like that's how I believe, because I feel like that's how you grow, right? You grow with like someone like giving you unemotional thoughts and advices to advance your life. The coach is not trying to be your friend. I feel like when I wanted a coach in the past, I wanted a friend, because like I wanted someone to maybe empathize with my situation, to not be so hard on me, because I can be quite hard on myself. So I wanted someone a little softer. But then now I'm like, no, I'm so happy I picked who I picked, because this guy doesn't give a fuck about whether he hurts my feelings or whether he said the right thing or whether he's my friend. But he does, and I truly believe he does care about bringing me to the next level, which is why I wanted to hire him in the first place, right? So anyway, so I wanted to learn as much as I can from him and how he converses with his clients. And I'm not saying that I'm going to follow his method, because I do think my clientele is very different from his. But I do think that there are certain things that I have picked up already that I am practicing with my own clients, and it's just very insightful. So number one, I wanted a coach so that I could be a better coach to my clients, right? And number two, I wanted a coach because I felt like, with body recomposition, right, that just means changing your body to have more muscle, less body fat, but it just entails a lot of change, right? Your body is going through so much change. If you want to gain muscle, at this point of time, most of us know that, you have to put on some fat along the way. And when I was going through a bout on my own last year, I wouldn't say I have a bad body image now. I mean, in the past, it was sky high. It was horrible body image, but I think I've come to terms with like what my body is, the limits I can push it to now, things like that. But you do feel a little bit bad, right, when you have a little bit more fat than you like. You can't really see the benefit or like the rewards of like training hard and like the muscle that's growing on your body because under all that fat. And then clothes might not fit the best, and it's just like that, things like that make you question, should you continue bulking, should you go into a little cut because you're feeling a little bit fluffy, should you go to maintenance, because maybe the bulk is like increasing too much. And I love doing that for other people, because I'm like the voice of reason for other people. Like they will ask me things, like, oh, should I not eat as much? And I'm like, what the hell are you saying? You know what I mean? Like, of course you should still keep going because you're making such good progress. So that is me for other people, and I wanted that for myself. I wanted to take feelings out of the equation. I wanted to just follow and do because I trust them and I trust their guidance and their direction, right? So that is another reason why I wanted a coach, right? To take out all the noise and to just guide me. And my goal has always been this, which is to like gain muscle, you know, gain muscle in the areas that I want to gain and be a bit leaner. I just never really saw it as unhealthy trying to improve your physique. I know some people deem it as a little bit on the unhealthy side, but to each their own. You know, I have come to a place where I am very contented. Like, I'm happy with how I look, but I know I can look better. I know I can push better, and why not improve, you know? That's just how I see it. Not everyone has to see it that way, and I don't expect people to see it that way as well, but that's how I feel about bodybuilding. I'm not gonna compete, in case anybody was wondering. That's just not my passion at all. I have like zero interest in competing, but I do want to like do it for myself, you know, for the growth and the lessons that I will learn along the way. And honestly, I also feel like it's beyond the physique goals and beyond the I want to be a better coach for my client goal. I have learned a lot about like myself in that sense. You know, I used to think that I trained hard. I wouldn't say I'm like the hardest worker in the room, but I used to think like, okay, when it comes to training, I will really push it, I'll push it hard. And then I sent him my form videos, and then he's like, you're not pushing hard at all. And I'm like, you're right, I'm really not pushing hard at all. But in that moment, it feels so hard that I'm not looking at the how much harder I can push. I just looked at, wow, I push hard. You get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like it's redefining a lot of these like key concepts of bodybuilding for me, even though I've been training for like, I don't know, I can't top of my head, maybe 5 years, right? Yeah, and like the idea of commitment is such a strong word, and I'm trying to bring meaning to it and live up to what I'm preaching to my clients. Like, I want to do that as well, you know what I mean? I don't want to just like be empty noise. I want to believe the words that I am preaching. And I committed when I told him, you know, I want to do this. I was really scared to put it on social media because that would mean that I have committed and I have employed somebody. That means I have to do the work, right? And if I wasn't going to go through with it, I would feel horrible that I put it out there and I didn't do the work that I said I was going to do. You know, it will reflect poorly on myself, yes, but I would just feel more shit about myself that like I didn't do what I set out to do, because at that point of time I wasn't sure 100% that I was ready to do this. Yeah, we all go through shifts in our life, right? You want to lose fat, what are you going to sacrifice? You cannot just come to me as a coach and say like, you know, I want to lose fat, but I want to keep all the habits that I've been doing that have gotten me fat, and I'm not going to make any changes. It's all up to you, Deborah, to like change my life for me. That's literally not how it works. And I know that that's not how it works, and I know the work that I had to put in, and I can honestly say I was not sure if I was going to do that, you know, for myself. But now, and I mean, I'm only doing this social media, I'm like announcing on social media because I do want to like create content around this physique change, because it's like how I document my journey, and I feel like I love documenting my journey because it makes me like reflect. And when you put something on social media, I don't do it lightly, in a sense like I'm not thinking about the effect that this post might have on others. Like, I'm literally not doing that. So whenever I put something out, I do think about it, and I do want to be proud of the things that I put up, and I do want to look back at it and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, last time I used to see things a certain way and now I see things this way, and I've grown so much. You get what I'm trying to say? I like to document the change in my mindset and the shifts. I was at maintenance since November, and he just literally bumped up my carbs on Monday, and it's currently Wednesday. I was eating about 2,000 on the weekdays, and maybe one high day which was 2002 to 2003. Now I'm eating 2002 to 2004. It's been 3 days on it, not much to reflect. Maybe I'll reflect in a week, but this is just the announcement video. I'm just announcing, putting it out there in the universe and saying, you know, look, I can do hard things. 2024 is the year that I'm making change. And if I was honest with myself, 2023, it's not like I didn't see change in my physique. I did. I definitely did. But I have made more change in the past 3 months than I have in the whole year. And that's saying a lot, you know what I mean? It's not like I wasn't training. I was literally training 4 times a week for the year, but I'm seeing more change now in literally 3 months because like I'm literally pushing my limits, you know, and I'm in the capacity now to push my limits, which I was not at before, you know. So you gotta ride the waves of your life, right? Means you gotta be ready, but sometimes you can never be ready, you know. Sometimes you just gotta commit, just do the work and see where life takes you. So this is me seeing where life takes me. 3rd day in the bulk. Actually, initially I wasn't sure whether I liked the style of coaching, but then, you know, I'm not a baby and you are not a baby, and sometimes we just really don't need people to baby us, you know. We need to be pushed out of our comfort zone, and that's what 2024 is for me. Honestly, that's what my life is for me, getting pushed out of my comfort zone, but now I'm willingly doing it to myself rather than people doing it to me. Yeah. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for listening to this announcement and this little life reflection. I will see you maybe when I make my 1 month, 2 week, I don't know, 1 week, 2 week bulk update. I'll decide. But yeah, bye.